Hello, and welcome to another episode of PAS News. I'm Nate Johnstone. Today, we'll be bringing you stories about the return to PAS for students in grades kindergarten, first and second grades, a great story about a new holiday project created by some PAS fourth graders, and the first in a new series called Game Changers. First up is our story about the return to in-person learning for our youngest students at PAS.
Schools were closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic on March 13th, 2020. On Monday, March 8th, after spending nearly one full year learning from home, Penn Alexander students from grades kindergarten through second returned to in-person instruction. Students were excited to finally see their teachers and friends, and to be back in their classrooms. For most kindergarten students, it was the first time they had seen the inside of their school. First graders met their teachers on the new playground. Kindergarten and second grade waited by the main entrance. Some school routines remained the same, while others, such as serving of breakfast, were slightly different. Students were adjusting to wearing their masks inside of the classroom, and desks or tables were spread out for social distancing. One group of in-person students will attend on Monday and Tuesday, while the other in-person students attend on Thursday and Friday. Penn Alexander will welcome back students in grades 3 through 8 during the next few weeks.
Next up is a story about a holiday tradition from Puerto Rico. PAS fourth graders and twins Irene and Lautaro made a great video this past winter that brings to life the tradition of La Parranda. Irene and Lautaro put a lot of work into the project along with their parents. Let's check it out.
I'm Ileana.
I'm Lautaro. I'm Irene.
Franklin.
La Parranda is an incredibly unique Puerto Rican tradition and an important part of Puerto Rican identity. In the middle of the night through December to January, one family can bring a surprise parranda to another family, waking them up with traditional Christmas music and songs from the mountains of Puerto Rico. The family receiving the parranda will offer food and drinks to those bringing it, and oftentimes eventually join in on the singing and dancing. Sometimes, both families will then bring a parranda to another family. This can continue all the way until dawn. Let's talk to the family for some more information.
Our video is about a Puerto Rican holiday tradition called parranda. And in a parranda, we bring traditional Christmas music to the homes of family and friends, and we wake them up in the middle of the night. The family who gets the parranda has to get up and offer food and drink to the musicians, and it becomes a party that can go on all night.
It took us about a week to make the video. On Sunday, we wrote the screenplay. We filmed on Monday from morning to night with a green screen in a living room. We left the bedroom scene for last when we were very tired. Then, we edited for 3 days on Adobe Premiere. At the end, we exported the video so we could send it to all our family on New Year's Eve. My favorite part of this project was editing the video with Irene. We learned how to edit special effects with a green screen. We chose different backgrounds for each scene to make it look like we were in Puerto Rico, Peru, and Philadelphia, even though we were at home the whole time. My favorite part was editing too. We had to choose the best video for each song and put them in order. Some videos were not included because we burst out laughing or forgot the song. We also put the audio recordings in sync with the video.
So the kids helped create the story, and then they acted in the scenes. They had to memorize the songs, their lines. They had to sing, play the instruments, dance, remember the choreography, and then afterwards they edited the video and audio, and they helped with the subtitling process.
Next year, we hope to do a big parranda in person.
Wow, that was a great video they put together. I really enjoyed the music. The Gooseman family came up with a great way to share this tradition during quarantine. Next up, we'll be bringing you stories from our Game Changers video series.
Sadie Tanner Mossel Alexander was born in Philadelphia on January 2nd, 1898. Her father, Aaron Mossel, was an attorney who left after Sadie's birth, leaving Mary Mossel, Sadie's mother, to take care of Sadie and her two older sisters. The family moved to Washington, D.C., their more close family that would help to support Mary and the girls growing up. Sadie came from a family of very well-educated and groundbreaking people. Her grandfather, Benjamin Tucker Tanner, was bishop of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Her uncle, Henry Oswald Tanner, was a distinguished painter. If you have ever been in the Penn Alexander office, you may have seen some of his work. Another uncle, Nathan Mossel, was a physician and surgeon. He later founded the Mercy Hospital in Philadelphia. Sadie went to the M Street High School in Washington, D.C., and returned to Philadelphia in 1915 to study at the University of Pennsylvania. Her mother encouraged her to study in Philadelphia, and Sadie was able to keep studying at the university, pushing through the boundaries set in front of her and the discrimination at the university. Sadie graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in 1918 with an MA and becoming the first Black woman in the United States to earn a PhD, hers in economics. After graduation, she became president of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority from 1919 to 1923. She then made another first when she became the first Black woman enrolled in law school at the University of Pennsylvania in 1927. After graduating from law school with honors, Sadie began to work for her husband's law firm. She started with cases in orphan court and was soon working on cases against racial discrimination. Sadie was a groundbreaker who made massive accomplishments in every field she entered. She was the first African-American woman who graduated from the University of Pennsylvania's law school, as well as one of the first African-American women in the country to receive a doctoral degree. She also helped create and was the first secretary of the National Bar Association, which is a group largely made up of Black attorneys. Her achievements in the legal field led to former President Harry S. Truman inviting her to be a part of the President's Committee on Civil Rights. The investigative work of the committee convinced Truman to create a law to ban lynchings throughout the country. Sadie worked to pave a pathway for anyone, regardless of race or gender, to follow their hearts and dreams. Not only did Sadie break many barriers set by race and gender, but she left an everlasting impact on our community. You can walk around our neighborhood and see many of the buildings she learned and worked in. She made history in our community, and our school is named after a woman who changed the world for the better.
Wow, it really is interesting to learn about Sadie Tanner Mossel Alexander and why she was such a game changer for our community. On the next episode of PAS News, we'll be diving into how our students think they are game changers. Make sure to check back in next time so you don't miss it. This has been Nate Johnstone for PAS News.